Hey, good morning, family. So, Reginald Martin here of Kemetic Centered Living, where ancient wisdom becomes modern awakening. So, let's talk today about relationships. And let's talk about relationships and relationships with money. Okay? So, putting these ideas into the context of how we live our lives, because, one of the questions I get asked oftentimes is from people that ask, why do I attract this certain type of person? That's not who I am. It says that like attracts like. Why do I attract cheaters? I'm not a cheater. So why do I attract those? If like attracts like, then that doesn't make any sense for me because I don't cheat. Therefore, that's just not true. Well, same thing with money. Why is it that, I live in, I struggle with money and different things, and I can't, make money or, whatever the case may be. Why do I struggle with making money? I'm thinking positive, but why do I struggle with making money? So and these are ideas that are based in the law of attraction. Okay. So understand, with the law of attraction, it's some really good stuff. And actually, that's where I really started a lot of my studies because being a Scorpio, man, we like control, and believe it or not, that actually gets me into a lot of trouble, metaphysically wise, and how it ends up playing out in my life, because control is just that I don't like surprises, that's just a deep part of me. So I like to know what's coming, and with just the law of attraction, it actually ended up, when I first came across it, it was in 2006, and it confirmed things that I knew, like I just kind of knew deep down, but I never heard it verbalized, And a lot of times I know that's kind of what happens with a lot of you guys here on my channel. I verbalize something that you knew deep down, so it's like I'm confirming stuff that you already know. And I know that, family. So just know that's how powerful you are. So I'm just like a confirming source for a lot of you guys, and I appreciate you even putting the trust in me to listen. So let's go to and the other part of that is I came into Kemeticism. I backed into it and ended up finding out ideas about. First, I was looking for law of attraction stuff, and then I was asked to speak at a spiritual center for Black History Month, and I'm not a big fan of Black History Month, but I was going to go ahead and speak, but I wanted to bring in the ideas of what did Black people believe before they were colonized in Africa. Okay, so that was my entry into Kemeticism. And I started looking for information, and family, I just couldn't find online. I couldn't find a lot of people that talked about the spiritual system, and it frustrated me because I already had an idea, about the idea of thoughts become things. Another way I say that is that we create our reality, and I was dealing with the stuff online from people who call themselves Kemetic. But it was always from I won't say always. A lot of times it was just from a negative perspective, and again, just knowing, vibration, thoughts become things, stuff like that. I knew that wasn't the way to go. But the other part was they really never talked about metaphysics, and metaphysics is just another name for what we call spiritual, or it's above the physical. It's beyond our physical experience and accessing the larger and broader metaphysical experience, okay? So as above, so below. The macro is as above, you know, the spiritual stuff or metaphysical stuff. But what would end up happening is a lot of them would talk about the spiritual system, you know, but they would never ever get into how to, you know, how to do certain things, you know, and that frustrated me. But what ended up happening was I started researching on my own, you know, just looking, because a lot of stuff just wasn't online, you know, that I found, and I share those books with you in my videos and stuff. But I ended up finding, you know, just a treasure trove of knowledge in some older books and stuff like that I share with you guys, and it ended up showing me or confirming for me the metaphysical ideas that I had been studying for years. So I had been studying metaphysics for, I know, at least 7 or 8 years before I came across the Kemetic stuff. But I was astounded to find that the Kemetic stuff actually taught, or actually the Kemetic stuff was the origin of the law of attraction. Now I had kind of a clue, because in the movie The Secret, Rhonda Byrne alluded to the Greeks. She didn't say it, but she alluded to the Greeks having a secret. And I knew that the Greeks learned from the Egyptians. So that kind of just like took me on it was like breadcrumbs. But at any rate, I found out about the connections, and so that's what I share with you now. I couple the metaphysical knowledge that I gained, and Kemeticism actually confirms so much of that I have learned over the years. So the biggest idea that I see that many people miss with Kemeticism is the concept of Ma'at. And in the ancient text, you won't find the word Ma'at mentioned a lot, okay? What you will see is that it will be alluded to through symbolism, through metaphors. So when you're talking about balance, you know, they look at the scales. They talk about reciprocity, you know, it's about how you think. So different things that they say with the ancient text. So when you're studying these, to me, they're just a lot more pure knowledge than a lot of times what we get today. And if you just understand the esoteric stuff, you can really get some much deeper insights. So let's get to the idea of, why do I attract cheaters, okay? and like I said, I get that question a lot of times. So understand, it's always about vibration. Your experience is organized around vibration and what you focus on, okay? Now, if you're one of these people that get into groups and y'all discuss, you know, around your friends, you discuss cheaters, how people cheat, you know, just different things like that. And I really think that comes from, again, when we've had a religious upbringing, we assume the worst of people because we assume that everybody is a born sinner and wicked. So even if it doesn't go to that extreme, your belief system is going to be laced with that idea. So you're going to assume the worst of people. And if you get into these groups where they're talking about cheaters in the context of, that's just how, let's say, that's just how men are, okay? They're just gonna cheat. That's the expectation, you know? But what you don't realize is happening in that instance is that you're setting your focus on cheaters. Even if you're not a cheater, you're gonna set your focus and you're gonna resonate with cheaters, okay? So I'm just going a little bit deeper with this, family. That's what I'm doing. So this is not to blame or point fingers or anything like that. That's not where I'm coming from, okay? So this is from love and basically saying, hey, I want you to know, I want you to be a scientist and know how to create that reality, how to make the thoughts that you want become the things that you want, okay? Anytime that you connect with someone in a relationship, it is a symbiotic level of vibration, okay? You both are mirroring each other in a way. So no matter what the relationship is, you're mirroring each other. You cannot meet a cheater if your focus and vibration is not coupled with that cheater, okay? So the way that you want to get beyond that is focus on the type of relationship that you desire, not what you fear. And that's what drives a lot of these conversations around cheaters, is the fear. And the cheaters basically they seek outside validation. They have their own fears. They have, whatever it might be, but they resonate with your fear in a way. That fear, that mutual fear, is the attraction. Okay, I hope I'm making sense here. Let me know in the comments. Okay, and again, this is, please, I am not pointing fingers at all. That's not my deal. Okay, but I'm just trying to say that if your focus is on that thing, the principle for anything, for manifesting anything in your life, is the same. So if you want to change that, you have to change your conversation and what you focus on around your friends, the groups, whatever it might be. Because if your assumption is that men cheat, that women cheat, that women are gold diggers, that's the thing for men, is that they make the assumption that women are gold diggers, and that comes from the belief that I don't have enough money, I'm not worthy of love. And unfortunately, a lot of people push that idea about men, that if you don't have money, then you're not worthy of love. And you hear that in so many ways. So in order to protect the psyche, your own psychological state, a man will just say, hey, well, I don't have money, so, so obviously it's got to be the women like money, so they just gold diggers, That's the deal. But if your focus is on the idea that you lack money and you lack income, then you are going to attract that type of woman that is interested in money, And the truth is, even if she ain't interested in money, you're going to flip her behavior, or you're going to characterize her behavior, or something that she might not like about you, the relationship or whatever. You'll still flip that into the bottom line is, oh, she's just after money. I don't have money, so that's just what she wants, okay? So again, this is not pointing fingers. This is not blame, family. I'm just teaching you the deeper knowledge, okay? The deeper knowledge to help you recognize your thoughts do become things, okay? Your focus and your vibration is going to serve as the foundation of your physical experience. And this is where ma'at comes in, okay? Ma'at, one of the definitions of ma'at is reciprocity. But again, you won't hear that in the ancient text. They will allude to the idea. They will allude to the idea of balance, okay? There's different ways that they symbolize that. Even in the Bible, Moses, symbolically, as an archetype, Moses is a messenger, which means that they are symbolically representing the idea of the psyche. The psyche is something active that's turned inward, that's turned outward to physical reality, which that's what we call the ego, but that's what the ego does. It turns outward to the physical reality to view that. But that messenger also has the ability to turn within, okay? So it translates from earth to heaven, okay? And I'm just saying the heavens is the above, okay? And it also translates from the heavens to the earth, okay? So in other words, the higher self is going to give you information that you can translate into the knowledge that you experience and practice here on earth, okay? So again, family, just this is the deeper knowledge where it takes us out of the victim stage and puts us into a stage where we are responsible for our creations. We are responsible for what's in our minds, okay? We can change and choose how we think, and we can change and choose how we believe, okay? So that's the idea of you're not attracting what you are attracting. You're attracting what you are in the sense of how you think and your level of vibration. It's like I think about people that go when they go to a mall or something, and they park. They got a brand new car, and they take up 2 parking spaces because they don't want somebody to ding their car, you know. And man, if it ain't so funny that you see all kinds of dings on this car, you know, and it's because that's what they fear, the dings. But damn, people gonna find you and they're gonna ding it. But at any rate, so that's the idea about why you would attract cheaters or why you would attract gold diggers, okay? It's your focus on that lack or that fear that you're focused on that ends up manifesting, okay? So to change that, focus on the opposite, okay? Focus on the type of woman that you want. Focus on the type of man that you want, okay? Not what you don't want, because the universe does not hear not, okay? So any type of focus is a confirmation, and the universe will reflect it back. And again, this is something I get into the deeper nuances in my Kemetic physics course, but it is about, not about, how can I say this? It's not about what you want. It's about, when you're attracting the cheaters, it's your fears that are being manifested. It's your fears that are being reciprocated back in the form of a cheater, okay? Or in the form of a gold digger. Now, money. This is another one. And family, this has always been a struggle for me, because I grew up in poverty, okay? And I also grew up in a family that looked at money as the root of all evil, okay? Now, that's not what the scripture says, I know. But it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, in my family, we took that as if somebody has a lot of money, they probably did something wrong to get it. So, and that means that they probably are underneath a bad person, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's what I believe. I'm saying that's what I was taught to believe before I really understood how this works, okay? So, but with that belief system, family, I have had all kinds of negative beliefs wrapped around money. And I've mentioned it before, just when I became an entrepreneur and stuff like that, you know, how I had to reorient my belief system, you know, around money. But the deal is if you are focused on the lack of money, or this is a big one, the struggle is real, okay? I don't know how many times, think about how many times you see somebody hear somebody say that, or you see somebody put that online, put that in a post. The struggle is real. Well, that struggle is going to be real if you're focused on the struggle. Okay? This is another one. Man, you got to grind, to make money. You got to grind. Making money is hard. Okay? Well, if you have that idea, the universe is going to reflect back to you that money is hard. Okay? If you're in the context of, I don't have a lot of money, I got to hang on to this, man, if I spend this money, I'm going to be broke, and then, blah, blah, blah. Again, you're focused on the lack, So the idea with money is that to get over that, you have to start to focus in ways that affirm that you are abundant, okay? And that might mean just something as little as spending a little extra money, 5 cents, a dime on something extra that you might not pay that extra dime because you're saving money. But when you're buying it at that store or that business, instead of saying, dang, man, I'm spending this money, blah, 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 flip it and say, I'm so glad that I could help this business or this business owner to feed his family, blah, 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 okay? But in other words, instead of focusing on you losing the money or you're spending the money, you're focusing on and having gratitude that you got the money and that you can actually help somebody else, okay? So that's one simple way to focus, to do that, is to flip that. Now, understand, every time you might can say that and think that, but family, it's going to take rewiring your whole being, in a sense of trying to get that root of lack from out of your being. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. So you got to pay attention to how you're feeling, okay? Because it's not just thoughts, it's the feelings that you have that come with those thoughts, okay? And a lot of times you won't even recognize the thought, but you'll recognize a shift in how you're feeling and feeling negative about something. That's a clue. That's a huge cue, okay? This is why I talk about vibration. Your emotions are a signal of your vibrational essence every time. So you can't track all your thoughts. Science says we think 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, okay? And this might be just images, smells, whatever it might be, but 50 to 60,000 a day. Family, there's no way we can track all of that, okay? But you can track your mood shift, okay? You can track that when something shifts, when your mood shifts, and it might be something that's really subtle, okay? That's when you start to really know you're becoming a scientist. And that's what I'm talking about here, is you being a scientist of your inner state, So all of this is recognizing your inner state and what you're focused on, okay? When your mood shifts from feeling good to feeling bad or anywhere in between, family, that means that you have shifted. Those are two opposites. And you can notice the opposites, okay? You can start to notice the opposites, but you got to train yourself, okay? You got to become that scientist of that mind, okay? So yes, thoughts become things. You create your reality, okay? Based on your thinking. The thoughts are reciprocated, okay? My eye, okay? It's all of that plays in together. And it was amazing for me to find confirmation in the Kemetic stuff. And then the bonus that I didn't expect was that everything that Christianity was founded on was also within the Kemetic source, okay? The ancient Kemet was the source. Family, that was just like, oh, I mean, I found all this knowledge and information that basically things that I had questions about and could never find answers, I found them, you know, with the Kemetic stuff. And again, that's the stuff that I share, you know, on my channel and with my videos, okay? It's about helping you logically. I'm walking up a hill. It's about helping you logically. It's where just coming, man, here. That's where I'm coming from, just walking up that hill now. But at any rate, now I'm headed this way. But now I got some flat ground. But at any rate, so, damn, now I forgot what I was saying. So it was absolutely amazing that I could find the information that I needed to really throw off the shackles that a lot of the negative doctrines had on my mind, okay? So that was the bonus. But it is an amazing system. And a lot of times too, what a lot of people don't understand, everything is not written that's going to help you to move forward with this knowledge, okay? Sometimes it's the symbolism, it's in the symbols, it's in the metaphors that are going to give you other clues that you have to get insight from. Inner sight, okay? Your own inner sight. And you have to trust your own inner sight. Christianity puts you in a position where you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own insight, okay? You have to get it validated from other people and other sources outside yourself, whether it be the Bible, the pastor, the clergy, whatever it might be. You have to get that validation to where you don't even trust yourself, okay? So family, so that's the deal. It's not, you don't attract people because you are not a cheater, okay? That's not the deal. But if your focus is on that, that's who you attract. You don't attract people because you're a gold digger or because you are materialistic or whatever. You attract what you focus on. That's what the deal is, okay? Your focus. Thoughts become things. You create your reality. Reciprocity in my eye. That's what all of that stuff came from, okay? That's those ideas, those ancient ideas. And man, I love studying that stuff and to have things that I've heard that I resonate with confirmed, okay? And that's what this is about. So I hope that this can help someone to really shift from feeling like they're powerless in who they attract and who they meet, okay? So focus on what you desire, because that's beyond positive thinking and about positive being, okay? It's about who you become, and your thoughts begin to, when you can focus on what you desire the most, that becomes a superpower. And you don't have to try to monitor your thinking all the time. Stay focused on what you desire, no matter what it is. Relationship, a business, health, whatever. Family, stay focused on what you desire and not on what you can lose, on getting sick, a bad person. That if you focus on that, the universe is gonna find your match. Plain and simple. All right, family. Okay, I'm gonna continue on my walk. Family, y'all have an amazing day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always appreciate your feedback. And I will talk at y'all another day. Reginald Martin, out.